What if the best bean-to-cup machine wasn't the one with the most features, but the one that makes the best espresso? Hey everyone, I'm Colin and you're on Cafe Lista, the channel where we talk about coffee, espresso, and independent machine review. Today we are taking a close look at the KitchenAid KF6. It's a machine that's been generating a lot of buzz. The reason? A lot of interesting features, but let's be honest, a few minor drawbacks too. What's this machine really worth? I measured everything: TDS, beverage temperature, machine heating, extraction quality, milk drinks, all so you can know if this machine is right for you. Let's start with the design and the build quality, because here there is a lot to say. The first impression with the KitchenAid KF6 is really good. The machine is heavy, 37 pounds on the scale, almost 17 kilos, and that's no accident. KitchenAid made here a clear choice with the KF6 and the other model, all metal construction. So we have a stainless steel pretty much everywhere. In this price segment where many competitors use plastic, here it's a real difference. You can feel the robustness, the build quality. The machine is available in 3 types of color: brushed stainless steel, porcelain white, and black. So we have here one of the best design of a machine that I reviewed. It is a clean and minimalist design that fits pretty much everywhere. It's quite imposing, and despite those 37 pounds, 17 kilos, KitchenAid thought to integrate small wheels at the back so we can move it easily. We have a 2.2-liter water tank that slides out sideways here. It's quite handy if you have low cabinets above the machine. It's the kind of the small ergonomic detail that you appreciate daily. Regarding the machine temperature and the cup warmer, we can see with a thermal camera a peak around 97, 99 degrees Fahrenheit after 15-20 minutes of warm-up. That's about 40 degrees Celsius. That's normal. So your cup warmer is what we call a passive cup warmer, meaning it doesn't really heat that much. But here it allows a lot of space to store your cups. And I really like here the complete flat top of the machine. Now we get to a more controversial point, the interface. The KF6 has a color screen, but it's not a touch screen. You navigate with buttons located on the side here. Does it work? Yes, perfectly. Is it modern? Well, let's say compared to normal touchscreen on some competitors, it might surprise you. It took me a little while to get the hang of it. But after that, honestly, once you get used to it, it's smooth, it's responsive. Still, I think I would have preferred a touchscreen. Something also interesting and normal at that price point, but we have 4 user profiles. That means the machine allows you to save up to 4 personalized profiles here. It is very practical in a household where not everyone likes the same coffee. Each person can save their settings with the coffee strength, the temperature, the volume, and the body. And it is particularly important because this machine allows you to customize your drink much more than some other models. And that's not all. Something really important on the KF6, you probably know, the removable bean hopper. So it is one of the features that really sets apart this machine. We can remove the bean hopper here from the top. So concretely, you can have 2 bean hoppers. And by the way, the machine comes with one, so you will have to buy another one. But then you can use one with regular coffee, the other one with maybe decaf or 2 different types of origin, and then you can swap them. It's pretty easy, it's clever, it's practical. There is the option to do a purge of the grinder, so you don't have the old coffee, so that's also really interesting. Yes, it is kind of the Revelia from the Longhi. Not exactly the same. The Revelia comes directly with 2 containers, and the machine was really made to work with those 2 containers and to switch them frequently. Here it works, it's just not as handy as the Revelia. And by the way, if you want to learn how to customize, how to find the best settings for your espresso on a bean-to-cup machine, a KitchenAid or any other brand, I've created a free guide. You can go download it in the description below. You should go have a look. What about now the quality of the coffee, the espresso? It's the heart of the machine. So let's get to what really matters. The KF6 features a stainless steel conical burr grinder with 7 grind settings. To access those settings, we have to remove here the right panel. The heating system uses a thermocol that allows you to have a coffee in around 40 seconds. It's quite fast. But that's not the most important here. The real secret of this machine and what makes it really interesting is the quality of the espresso. So I'll tell you right away, it is pretty good for a bean-to-cup machine. Why? We have a few elements here. First is because this machine can use up to 12 to 14 grams of coffee, it depends on the coffee, and this is relatively high for a bean-to-cup machine. This, combined with a fine grind, create a puck that will bring enough resistance for a better extraction and a truly rich espresso. Regarding the coffee temperature, it's alright. We get an espresso that comes out 167 and 170 degrees Fahrenheit. Around 75-76 degrees Celsius. The first one, when the machine was off before, is always a little bit colder at max temperature. It's not the hottest in the machine, but it's sufficient. Don't forget to pre-warm your cup also. And don't wait too long to drink it. So the machine has a decent grinder, enough grind settings, a pretty good dose of coffee, but that's not all. We have a pretty interesting settings and customization. The KF6 offers 3 adjustments level, so we can adjust the coffee intensity, which will control the dose. Here, I recommend to put it to the max. We can also choose the temperature, so every time you can choose between low, medium and high. And we can also choose a parameter called the body that will adjust the pre-infusion, and that's really interesting. This you can also adjust every time for every drinks. I measure the TDS between 6 to 7% on my extraction. The crema is thick, stable, it's beautiful color. The extraction is really well done. The aromas are present, the texture too. For 40 milliliter, usually I'm around 5.5. I can go up to 6, even sometimes 7 if I put a ratio a little bit lower. So no, it's not like a double espresso on a regular espresso machine like those ones behind me. But for an automatic machine, it is pretty good. And honestly, I think it gets as close as the best result you could have with this type of machine. Be aware though, this machine requires a little bit of patience. You will need to spend some time adjusting those parameters. You will have to test different grind settings, dose, temperature. I will make a video on the best settings on the KitchenAid, so you can subscribe if you don't want to miss it. And if you find that video helpful, you can please go leave a like. That will help us a lot to make more of this type of review in the future. Thank you. One weak point is the pre-ground coffee shoot. So this is not specific for the KitchenAid. It's actually the same for every machine, Philips, DeLonghi, that has this kind of feature. So yes, it works. You can use grind coffee in there. I consider that some sort of emergency use feature. Why? Because the coffee won't be really good with pre-ground supermarket coffee, for example. Most of the time it's quite watery, but if it's the only thing that you have, that can save you. Let's take a closer look now at the milk system, the milk drinks. Is it good? Is it warm enough? How does it work? The KF6 uses an automatic frother, of course. We have here a tube, so you dip the tube in the milk container and the machine draws heat and put the froth in it. One important point, the milk container is not included, and that's what differentiates from the KF7 and the KF8. By the way, if you want to learn more about the KF8, I will put the link here on the full review. And I understand the idea to have different features, but let's be honest here, the tube alone is a little bit sad. We also have really good performance here for an automatic system. For a latte macchiato, it's good, the texture is silky, the milk is nice, it's hot. Like the espresso, it comes at the same temperature. However, for a traditional cappuccino that requires a dense, airy foam, the texture is a little bit lighter, less compact than what you would get with a normal, but again, for a bean to cup, it's really good. Another limitation, the brewing sequence. For cappuccinos, the machine automatically pours milk, then espresso. You can't change that order. That's something that happens quite often on the super automatic machine. But let's stay positive here. If your main drinks are latte, cafe au lait, flat white, cappuccino, the KF6 does the job perfectly. Maybe if you're a cappuccino purist, that will be a compromise. A good point, the system offers automatic rinsing of the milk circuit after use. It is practical, hygienic. Watch how it works. And yes, once in a while you will have to remove that part and clean it thoroughly. Nothing too difficult, it's the same for this type of machine. Let's talk about the noise now and the maintenance. You might have read it, but the KF6 has earned a Quiet Mark certification, which validates the noise level. But of course, we won't really trust everything the brand says, so I put the machine to the test. Let's hear this machine now. I hope you were able to hear. We have a peak just above 60 decibels, and this is honestly one of the quietest machines I have tested and reviewed. So it doesn't go really high, it's not loud. And to give you an idea, most of the machines usually are between 68 to 70, 71. The pump is also very quiet. Let's hear that now. During the extraction, the pump runs around 55, 56 decibels, so it is again really discreet. If you make your coffee early in the morning and if you don't want to wake up the whole house, this is a real advantage for that machine. The maintenance is simple, it is well designed, we have a lot of different programs we can use. Everything could be accessed here through the screen. The brew group removes easily. We have to rinse it with warm water every week. The drip tray is accessible from the front. It's also quite large, so don't forget to clean it regularly. The machine alerts you when descaling is needed, and the guided procedure takes around 45 minutes. Nothing complicated, it's standard for this type of machine, but don't forget to follow it through. This is really important. Who is this machine for? I think this machine is ideal if you are espresso focused above all. If you mainly drink espressos, Americano, long coffee, it's a great machine. If you live in a multi-user household, 4 profiles, interchangeable bean hopper is also perfect. If you are sensitive to build quality and if you want something robust, that's again a great machine. And of course, if a silent machine is important for you and if you're ready to experiment. Now, maybe the KF6 is not for you. If you want the most modern touchscreen, it does the job, it's not amazing. If you're looking for the maximum numbers of drinks and options, that might not be the one for you. So my final verdict about this machine. The KF6 from KitchenAid clearly positioned itself as a premium machine. Even if it's the entry range of KitchenAid, it's still quite expensive. And here we have no frills, we have no crazy option, we have no cold brew, but it focuses on what's that most important, I think, to me, the quality of the drink, the espresso quality of milk drinks, and it does that very well. Yes, it's quite a budget, but honestly, if I had to recommend a machine in this price range, I would, recommend the KF6. And there you have it. We've covered this KitchenAid KF6 completely, a machine that doesn't compromise on the essential. What do you think about this machine? You can leave a comment in the description. I read and I try to answer as soon as possible. And if you're still with me now, don't leave yet. If you liked this video, I'm pretty sure you will love this one here. I recommend watching it. I hope you will have a good day. I'll see you next week on Cafe Lista. Ciao.